Hello, I'm Jane Binnion, janebinnion.com. I do social media, ethical sales and business education. And I'm sitting here by my fire today with my dog. That's my dog. And I'm going to talk to you about vision boarding. And I'm doing this because a lovely friend of mine said she had to go at a vision board, but all she got on it were pictures of Brad Pitt. And I'm not really sure that's a vision board. I think that's probably a fantasy board. And you can have a fantasy board absolutely if you want. But if you want to look at visioning, I'm just going to talk you through that in the next few minutes. So the great thing is to do vision boarding in January, which it is now, because you can sit by the fire, get yourself a brew, get yourself something nice. I've still got Christmas cake, and just you get to play. Now I know you can do vision boards. You can do them on Pinterest. There are some online apps, and that's fine if you like working that way. Have a go. But I like just messing and doing that stuff that we probably haven't done since we were a kid, and that's cutting and pasting. It is such fun. Now, you need a good bit of time, an hour, I say, by the fire, get rid of everyone else. The dog's fine as long as she doesn't sit on it. Cats, I think, are a bit of a nightmare. You need some time. Don't rush this. As what you're going to do is you're going to gather up all those magazines that you've got around the house, whatever they are. This one, there you go. And it doesn't matter what they are, because if they're in your house and you read them, you probably quite like them. So they're fine. And all you're going to do is just sit. And how great is this? I'm giving you permission to sit looking at magazines. You're just going to sit and you're just going to go through magazines. And when you see an image that you like, you're just going to cut it out. Okay? It doesn't matter what the image is. I don't want you to overthink it. Okay? I don't want you to think, oh, well, that doesn't quite fit. Just go through your magazines and just cut out any image that speaks to you. It doesn't matter what it says, but any image that speaks to you. Okay, that's your first job, and you can spend as long as you like on that. And then what we need are scissors if you want, or you can just rip, colour pens, glue, and the key is a piece of wallpaper. Oh, I'm probably going to knock my own camera over. A piece of wallpaper or lining paper. Now I'm aware as I'm doing this feels a little bit like Blue Peter, but hey, there you go. We all enjoy Blue Peter. So a big piece of wallpaper, and a big piece, alright? Someone was saying they were doing it on pieces of A4 paper. That's no good to anyone. But you can stick a load of them together if you want. So, you're going to get your wallpaper, you're going to get your images, and you're just going to stick them on. Now, I am a bit messy, and that's okay. You're allowed to be. But here is one I made earlier, okay? Try not to knock the camera over. I made this maybe 18 months ago. And this is just a sheet full of things that spoke to me. The thing is, if an image speaks to you, it's probably important to you. And you might not quite know how. So, as I was going through, and I was getting images of tigers and wildlife and orangutans, and I was thinking, what have they got to do with my business? And actually, they might not have anything to do with my business, but they're really important to me. Now, a lot of people will be prescriptive about vision boarding and say, right, what you need is a picture of a really big expensive house and a picture of a really big expensive car. And yeah, absolutely, you can. You can have them if that is what speaks to you. But I realised when I did my vision boards, I realised what is really important to me is travelling, is wildlife, is being with my daughter, is being in a camper van. As a result of this, we had our first holiday in a camper van. And one of the things, now I've only added this week. One of the things I thought was, actually Northern Lights. Northern Lights, I really want to see the Northern Lights. And I've been saying that for years. This week, I cut this out, put this on my boards. Then yesterday, an article came up about Northern Lights and a trip. And I got in touch with a travel agent that I really like and said, can you book me a trip to Northern Lights? So within a week of getting it from here, thinking one day, within a week of putting it on my vision board, I'm booking a holiday. Great, eh? Okay. Now, I've made a decision to book the holiday. I haven't just been given lots of money for a holiday, but one of the things about your vision board is you start to realise what's important. Now, that may be a massive house, absolutely. But once you've got your vision board and you start to realise what's important, then you start to figure out, how am I going to make that happen? One of the great things about having a massive vision board is you can't file it away in your drawer. Okay, this is on my office wall. This is right in my eye line on my office wall so that I have to see it every day. Every day when I look over at the calendar or whatever, I see what it is that I'm working for. So me, I don't work with orangutans and tigers. They're massively important in my life. I don't quite know how yet. I do a lot of complaining about palm oil because orangutans are being killed. So it's just made an awareness, and I'm going to go out to work in an orangutan orphanage. Kind of nothing to do with my job as a business trainer, but we've gone into business for a reason. And normally that is because we want to take control of our life. So decide what is important to you. And you do that by going through and just letting images hit you. Just going, oh, I love that image. I love that image. You don't have to figure out what it means yet. Stick them on. This is sat on my wall for 18 months and I am ticking off the things that I love. My book, The Heart of Sales, was published last month because it had been on my vision board for a year. Let me see if I can find it. It says, trading ethically. So I had drawn a picture of a book on my vision board that was Trading Ethically by Jane Binnion. And lo and behold, this is what came out. So that's it really. I encourage you on these cold winter nights, turn the telly off, light the fire, grab whatever you like to drink. I'm having an alcohol-free January. Get something nice, relax, kick everyone out of the house, get your magazines, go through them. When you see an image that speaks to you, cut it out. Don't think about it, and then stick them on a huge sheet of paper, and then just sit with that. Just have that on your wall. Don't try and figure anything out, and just let it sink in. Okay? And then I promise you, you will make those things happen. Once they're a part of your life, you will make those things happen. So, have fun. Be creative, be messy, do whatever you like. And I'm going to tell you things that I'm going to add to mine this year. So I need to get a picture of, I'm looking for a training venue within 8 miles of Girlgate. I want my own training room that I'm going to share with someone. So I now need to find an image of this that I can stick on my vision board so I know what that will look like. And every day I see that image. And then the next one is that I want my first overseas speaking or training gig. Now, I don't quite know what that will look like yet because I don't know where, but I'm going to go through the magazines and I'm going to find something that inspires me, and that will be going on my vision board. So your vision board isn't fixed. You can add things to it and make them happen, just like I did with the Northern Lights. So that's me, Jane Binnion, business education, janebinnion.com. You can look me up, www.janebinnion.com, and let me know how you get on with your vision board. Okay, have fun. Bye.